Namaste, future civil servants. Welcome to our comprehensive daily current affairs session designed to help you stay updated and prepared for the UPSC exams. Today, we'll be discussing a range of topics, from the recent controversy in the cricket world to significant developments in politics and social issues. We'll analyze the Karnataka government's new excise regime, the ongoing Assembly Elections 2026, and the remarkable story of activist Gurjeet Khalsa. Additionally, we'll delve into the important topic of domestic work and its quest for recognition, which holds relevance for the UPSC syllabus, particularly in the context of social justice and women's empowerment. As we approach the exam season, it's crucial to stay informed about current events, so I encourage you to take notes and check the comment section for practice questions. Let's begin our 20-minute session, and I look forward to guiding you through these critical topics. Recently, former India off-spinner Ravichandran Ashwin critiqued Mumbai Indians captain Hardik Pandya for his decision to give rookie pacer Krish Bhagat the responsibility of bowling the death overs against Chennai Super Kings in the Indian Premier League or IPL 2026. This incident has sparked a debate about the role of experience and strategy in cricket. The Indian Premier League or IPL is an annual 2020 cricket tournament in India, and it attracts a huge following and significant media attention. The tournament features several Indian and international players, and it provides a platform for young cricket players to showcase their skills. The recent match between Mumbai Indians and Chennai Super Kings was a high-scoring game, with Chennai Super Kings ending their innings on a high note thanks in part to the 31 runs conceded by Krish Bhagat in the 16th and 20th overs. Some key details about this incident include the fact that Hardik Pandya himself had 2 overs left to bowl, but he chose to give the ball to Krish Bhagat. Ashwin pointed out that if Hardik Pandya can bowl the final over of the 2024 T20 World Cup against a tough opponent like David Miller, then he should have been able to handle the pressure of bowling the death overs in this match. The 2024 T20 World Cup is scheduled to take place from October 25 to November 14, 2024, and it will feature 20 teams from around the world. This incident is relevant to UPSC aspirants because it relates to the topic of sports in India, which is covered under the syllabus of General Studies Paper 1. The topic of sports is also relevant to the UPSC's emphasis on current events and social issues. For prelims, aspirants should remember the names of key players, teams, and tournaments such as the IPL and the T20 World Cup. For mains, aspirants can analyze the impact of sports on Indian society and the role of the government in promoting sports development.
The Government of India has launched several initiatives to promote sports development, including the Khelo India program and the National Sports Policy. The National Sports Policy 2001 aims to promote sports as a way of life and to develop a sports culture in India. The policy also emphasizes the importance of providing opportunities for young players to develop their skills and to compete at the national and international levels. In terms of the way forward, this incident highlights the importance. In other news, activist Gurjeet Khalsa, who had been sitting atop a 400-foot Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited, or BSNL, tower for 560 days, was finally brought down on April 24, 2026. This dramatic protest began on October 12, 2024, in Samana near Patiala, where Mr. Khalsa demanded stricter laws against sacrilege incidents in Punjab, specifically for the sacrilege of the Guru Granth Sahib. The incident highlights the sensitive issue of sacrilege and its impact on social harmony in Punjab. The state has witnessed several instances of sacrilege in the past, leading to widespread protests and unrest. The demand for stricter laws to prevent such incidents has been a long-standing one, with many arguing that existing laws are inadequate to deter potential offenders. The Guru Granth Sahib is the holy scripture of Sikhism, and any act of sacrilege against it is considered a serious offense by the Sikh community. Gurjeet Khalsa, a 43-year-old activist, decided to come down from the tower after the Punjab government notified the Jagat Jog Sri Guru Granth Sahib Satkar Amendment Act 2026. This act proposes stricter punishment, including life imprisonment and a fine of up to 25 lakh rupees for any family sacrilege against the Guru Granth Sahib. The notification of this act was seen as a significant development, as it addresses the long-standing demand for stricter laws to prevent sacrilege incidents. This incident is relevant to the Union Public Service Commission, or UPSC syllabus, particularly in the context of Indian polity and governance. Aspirants should note that the issue of sacrilege and the demand for stricter laws is closely related to the topics of social justice, equality, and freedom of religion, which are important components of the UPSC syllabus. For prelims, aspirants should remember the key details of the incident, including the name of the activist, the location, and the duration of the protest. For mains, aspirants can analyze the incident from multiple perspectives, including the impact on social harmony, the role of the government in addressing the issue, and the potential implications of the Jagat Joth Sri Guru Granth Sahib Satkar Amendment Act 2026. The Punjab government's decision to notify the Jagat Jyoth Sri Guru Granth Sahib Satkar Amendment Act 2026 is a significant development in this context.
The government's role in addressing the issue of sacrilege and ensuring social harmony is crucial, and aspirants should be aware of the various policies and schemes implemented by the government to promote communal harmony and prevent incidents. Now let's turn our attention to the Karnataka government has introduced a new excise regime, calibrating taxes to the social cost of alcohol, which is estimated to be around 1,270 rupees per liter of alcohol in beverage in 2024-2025, and is expected to rise to 2,000 rupees by 2028-2029. This decision is significant as it marks a shift from the complicated slab-based excise duty structure based on price to an alcohol in beverage, or AIB, regime. The social cost of alcohol consumption, including health burdens, domestic violence, and accidents, has been a long-standing concern for governments. The Resource Mobilization Committee, headed by K.P. Krishnan, submitted a draft report on Karnataka excise reforms, highlighting the need for a more nuanced approach to taxation. The previous system, with its multiple slabs and varying tax rates, often led to cheaper liquor with higher alcohol content, contributing to increased consumption and related social issues. Key details of the new regime include the estimated social cost of alcohol, which will be used to determine tax rates. The 1,270 rupees per liter estimate for 2024-2025 and the projected 2,000 rupees by 2028-2029 will inform tax policy, with higher alcohol content liquor becoming marginally more expensive this year and increasing in cost over the next 3 to 5 years. The K.P. Krishnan-headed committee's report provides a roadmap for excise reforms, emphasizing the need to balance revenue generation with social responsibility. For UPSC aspirants, this development is relevant to both prelims and mains. In prelims, questions may focus on the specifics of the new excise regime, such as the estimated social cost of alcohol and the shift to the AIB regime. In mains, the topic could be analyzed under the themes of governance, social justice, and economic policy, all of which are part of the general studies papers. The issue connects to static topics like taxation, public health, and government policies, making it essential for aspirants to understand the nuances of such reforms. The impact of this policy will be multifaceted, affecting not only the liquor industry but also public health and social welfare. Higher taxes on alcohol could lead to reduced consumption, potentially decreasing the incidence of alcohol-related problems. However, it could also lead to increased prices, affecting low-income consumers and potentially driving them to illicit liquor, which poses significant health risks. The policy's success will depend on its implementation and the government's ability to balance competing interests. The government's role in regulating alcohol consumption is critical, and policies like the new excise regime are part of. Next up,
the Election Commission of India, or ECI, has ordered the suspension of the officer in charge, or OC, of the Hingalganj police station in North 24 Parganas district of West Bengal. This decision comes after allegations of bias and an alleged nexus between the OC, Sandeep Sarkar, and local elements. The ECI issued this order on April 23rd, following a report sent by the State Chief Electoral Officer, or CEO, Manoj Agarwal, on April 21st. This development is significant as it highlights the ECI's efforts to ensure free and fair elections in West Bengal. The state is currently undergoing assembly elections, and the ECI has been closely monitoring the situation to prevent any partisan behavior by government officials. The suspension of the OC is a clear indication that the ECI will not tolerate any actions that could compromise the integrity of the electoral process. The key details of this incident include the suspension of Sandeep Sarkar, the OC of the Hingalganj police station, and the initiation of disciplinary proceedings against him. The ECI has also issued fresh post-poll guidelines for the West Bengal Assembly elections, which include strict protocols for handling surveillance cameras and video data after voting concludes. These guidelines state that SD cards used in polling booth cameras cannot be removed immediately after voting ends and must remain under the supervision of the sector officer. For UPSC aspirants, this incident is relevant to the polity and governance paper, particularly in the context of the Election Commission of India and its role in ensuring free and fair elections. The ECI's actions in this case demonstrate its commitment to upholding the principles of democracy and preventing any undue influence on the electoral process. Aspirants should note that the ECI is a constitutional body, established under Article 324 of the Constitution of India, and is responsible for conducting elections to the Parliament, state legislatures, and the offices of the President and the Vice President. The suspension of the OC and the issuance of fresh guidelines by the ECI have significant implications for the electoral process in West Bengal. The ECI's actions demonstrate its commitment to ensuring that the elections are conducted in a fair and transparent manner. However, the incident also highlights the challenges faced by the ECI in preventing partisan behavior by government officials. Aspirants should consider the various perspectives on this issue, including the role of the ECI, the state government, and the political parties involved. The government's role in this incident. Shifting gears to, recently, Karnataka notified the Code on Wages rules under the broader Code on Wages 2019 framework, which aims to standardize minimum wages, working hours, and employer responsibilities. Despite this move, domestic workers remain outside the formal workforce.
This issue is crucial as it affects the lives of millions of domestic workers, mostly women, who are struggling to make ends meet. The story of Vijayalakshmi, a 27-year-old domestic worker from Bengaluru, highlights the challenges faced by these workers. She works across 4 homes, earning approximately 11,000 rupees a month without any fixed pay, hours, or leave. The importance of recognizing domestic work cannot be overstated. According to the International Labour Organization, ILO, there are over 40 million domestic workers in India, with the majority being women. The lack of recognition and regulation of domestic work has led to exploitation and poor working conditions. The ILO's Convention 189 on Decent Work for Domestic Workers, adopted in 2011, emphasizes the need for countries to provide domestic workers with the same rights and protections as other workers. In India, the draft Domestic Workers' Social Security and Welfare Bill aims to address these concerns, but its implementation remains pending. Key details to note include the Code on Wages 2019, which replaces 4 existing laws, including the Minimum Wages Act 1948 and the Payment of Wages Act 1936. The draft Domestic Workers' Social Security and Welfare Bill proposes to provide social security and welfare benefits to domestic workers, including health insurance, pension, and maternity leave. As of now, only a few states, including Karnataka, have notified the Code on Wages rules. For UPS aspirants, this topic is relevant to the social justice paper in the mains examination, as well as the labor welfare and industrial relations topics in GS Paper 2. The issue of domestic work has significant implications for India, with various stakeholders having different perspectives. On one hand, domestic workers like Vijayalakshmi are struggling to make a living, while on the other hand, employers are often unaware of their responsibilities towards these workers. The government's role in this issue is crucial, with policies like the Code on Wages 2019 and the draft Domestic Workers' Social Security and Welfare Bill aiming to regulate the sector. Article 16 of the Indian Constitution, which guarantees equal pay for equal work, is also relevant in this context. The government's efforts to recognize domestic work are a step in the right direction, but more needs to be done too. Also making headlines today, the Telangana police have sought information on a social media account, Telugu Scribe, invoking provisions of the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, or UAPA. This development is significant as it highlights the increasing scrutiny of social media accounts by law enforcement agencies in India. The UAPA is a law that aims to prevent and punish unlawful activities, and its provisions can be invoked when there is a suspicion of such activities being promoted or supported through online platforms.
The importance of this development can be understood in the context of the growing concern about the spread of misinformation and hate speech on social media. In recent years, there have been several instances where social media platforms have been used to spread false information, incite violence, and promote terrorism. The Telangana police's action is likely a response to such concerns, and it is part of a broader effort by law enforcement agencies to monitor and regulate online content. According to an official notice issued by R. Bhaskaran, Deputy Inspector General of Police, Intelligence Department, authorities requested X Corp, the parent company of the social media platform, to furnish details related to the handle @Telugu Scribe, including registration information, usage logs, and other activity data. The key details of this development include the invocation of the UAPA provisions, which can lead to the freezing of assets, seizure of property, and even arrest of individuals suspected of unlawful activities. The notice was issued under Section 91 of the Code of Criminal Procedure, 1973, which empowers the police to seek information from any person or organization in the course of an investigation. The UAPA is a crucial piece of legislation that has been amended several times, with the most recent amendment being in 2019, which allowed the government to designate individuals as terrorists. This development is relevant to the UPSC syllabus, particularly in the context of polity and governance, as it raises important questions about the balance between national security and individual freedoms. From a UPSC perspective, this development is relevant to both the prelims and mains examinations. In the prelims, questions can be expected on the UAPA, its provisions, and the context in which it is invoked. In the mains, aspirants can be expected to analyze the implications of such actions on individual freedoms, national security, and the role of social media in promoting or preventing unlawful activities. Aspirants should also be aware of the related static topics, such as the Code of Criminal Procedure, 1973.
In today's session, we covered 6 key stories, including the controversy surrounding the T20 World Cup, the end of activist Gurjeet Khalsa's 560-day protest, Karnataka's new excise regime, and the ongoing Assembly elections 2026. We also discussed the recognition of domestic work and its significance. Key points to remember include the role of state governments in regulating alcohol taxes, the Election Commission's powers in ensuring fair elections, and the growing recognition of domestic work as a vital sector. For a detailed analysis, don't forget to check the PDF notes in the description. Practice related previous year questions to reinforce your understanding. Stay committed to your preparation journey and don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe for daily updates.
We wish you all the best in your UPSC preparation, and we'll see you in the next session.